Everybody's talking about printing money from a computer. But what if the computer is the one printing times you times a bill instead? Cryptocurrency mining sounds like digital gold rush fever. But the reality is messier, louder, and a whole lot hotter than the influencers make it look. Let's back up and talk about what mining actually is, because the word itself is doing a lot of heavy lifting. When you mine crypto, you're not swinging a pickaxe, you're running a machine that solves complex mathematical puzzles to validate transactions and permanently record them on a blockchain. Think of the blockchain like a public ledger that nobody owns but everybody can see. And miners are the accountants keeping it honest. Every time a miner successfully validates a block of transactions, the network rewards them with freshly minted coins. That's the carrot dangling at the end of a very expensive stick. Now here's where the story gets interesting. And by interesting, we mean slightly painful. The hardware required to compete in modern mining isn't your college laptop. We're talking specialized machines called ASICs, or application-specific integrated circuits, that can cost anywhere from a few hundred to several $1,000s each. And those machines don't exactly sip electricity like a phone charger. A single high-performance mining rig can consume as much power as several households combined, which means your monthly energy bill becomes the villain in this financial story. Here's the twist that trips up almost every newcomer who doesn't read the fine print. Mining difficulty, the level of computational effort required to earn a reward, automatically adjusts upward as more miners join the network, which means the more popular mining becomes, the harder and less profitable it gets for everyone. Bitcoin hit its all-time difficulty highs right around the same time retail enthusiasm peaked, which is the market's darkly poetic way of saying the party gets most crowded just before the buffet runs out. We've seen this pattern repeat across Bitcoin cycles in 2013, 2017, and 2021. Euphoria peaks, difficulty spikes, margins collapse, and the weak hands fold. There's a persistent myth that mining is essentially free money if you just own the right machine, and we need to politely demolish that idea right now. Profitability in mining is a margin business, meaning your revenue minus your electricity cost, minus your hardware depreciation, minus your cooling and maintenance costs equals your actual take home. And that number can go negative fast. The miners who survive long-term aren't the ones with the most conviction about a coin's future price. They're the ones who built spreadsheets before they built rigs. Discipline over hype, cost modeling over vibes, and exit thresholds set before the emotions kick in. That's the operational mindset that separates the survivors from the casualties. History also teaches us that mining hardware becomes obsolete faster than most people expect, meaning the machine you buy today may be significantly underperforming within 18 to 24 months. Position size matters here. Never allocate capital to mining infrastructure that you aren't prepared to write down to zero, because the hardware market is brutally unforgiving. There's actually something philosophically interesting about mining as a metaphor for how wealth is built in general. The people who got rich during the California gold rush weren't always the miners. They were often the ones selling pickaxes. And in crypto, that translates to hardware manufacturers, hosting facilities, and energy providers who profit regardless of price direction. That doesn't mean mining is a fool's errand. It means you need to enter with clear eyes, a calculated break-even analysis, and the emotional detachment to execute your plan when the market gets chaotic. Patience, process, and sizing matter infinitely more than being first or being loudest. If you do your homework, model your costs honestly, and treat mining like the capital-intensive business it actually is rather than a lottery ticket, it can absolutely be a legitimate part of a diversified strategy. The goal isn't to get lucky, it's to build a system that works whether the market is cooperating or throwing a full tantrum. Whatever outcome comes your way in the mining space, rational preparation is the only asset that doesn't depreciate. Know your numbers, respect the difficulty, and never let enthusiasm outrun your spreadsheet. And if you're ready to take that same disciplined, numbers-first mindset into building real wealth through real assets, check out our links in the description below. Whether it's real estate investing, home contracting work, or finding the right lenders, we can help you get started.